Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on.
The hell's going on there? Hey everyone, welcome to Late Night. We're going to do that one more time.
Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Ground control to Major Tom. 7, 6. Commencing countdown, engines on. 3, 2. Check ignition and may God's love be with you. This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade, and the papers want to know whose shirt you wear. Now it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door.
This is depressing. I love it. I love it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Late Night. It has been a while. What's up, buddy?
What's going on? You doing well?
Did you like the new intro?
I did. I did.
It's slightly depressing, isn't it?
Well, you know, some things are depressing. Some things I still like. So yeah, good.
Yeah. I tried to do the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and do each episode with it. I put Luke as 10 in Mandalorian because we know what's gonna be 10, and I don't want it to be 10. But hey, what are you gonna do? We'll survive.
Yeah.
So we haven't talked Star Wars on this channel in a long time.
You do it. You're just doing a lot of gaming, by the way. It's fun. Yeah, fun to watch the gaming.
Fun. Yeah. Have you been in the gaming streams?
I lurk. I'm a lurker.
Why don't you say hi?
I know. Lurker.
Here we go. This hasn't. Let me dust off the record here. It's been a while. Hold on. There's a little bit of that Star Wars lo-fi in the background.
Why does it say Russ? Where did Russ come from? It says Russ.
That's my name.
Russ?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
I thought it was not Russ.
No, it is.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I learn something every day.
We had I have the book coming out with Drunk 3PO next year, and so I decided not to hide it anymore. It's because Russ Morgan's going to be on the front of the book and everything, so I figured just go ahead and put that out at the front. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure. Whatever works. Whatever works.
So anyways, X-Wing shat the bed at the start. So what was weird is I started hearing them both running concurrently, and I thought the stream was screwed up.
Yeah, the YouTube on.
I had YouTube on.
Yeah. Same.
Hey, look, it's been a while. Okay, it's not really a Star Wars late night unless we F something up right off the bat.
Yes.
I want to say what's up to chat. What's going on? Dengar Renegade, Darth Wizzy Wizard is here. Hello, Leia Rose, Lara A, Valientes. What's up to my members? Catastrophe, Ted's Nerd World, Shauna, aka Pippin, Wiley Dave is in the chat. Good to see you, brother. Psychotic Mongoose, Donna Farron, Rachel Hill is here. Tannhauser Gate is here. Getting what the heck? I keep getting robbed at this mahjong table. Are you in like black market seedy Shanghai right now? What are you doing?
Oh no.
That's crazy. Monday's Child is here. Hello, Clyde Dashing is here. Good to see you. Ted's Nerd World member for 33 months.
Ted, can't
That
wait to
thing-
see you soon, Ted. See you next week.
Just keep rubbing it in my face. Why don't you?
Oh, well, that's your fault. And I see Ladaj
Saturday night.
also in the chat. We'll see Ladaj there as
Yeah,
well.
Ladaj is going to be there. Debbie from Australia is here. Papa Palpatine's Pizza Padawan is here. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Who am I missing? Catastrophe. I think I got you already. Stephen Brown is here. Valiant Archer is here. Good to see you. Mars Monkey Max is in the chat. What's going on, brother? Michael James is here. Sergeant Giratina is here. Good to see you. The Last Gate Jumper. John Graber, the space jockey.
Oh wow, he's very easy to miss. He's such a short. He's such a short.
I was looking through the crowd and I missed him.
Yeah, it's very easy. Very easy.
15 minutes flat is here. Ben, hello. Good to see you. I think I got everyone. Revco, hello. Margaret Riggle is here. Casey Mead.
I see Blood Guilty Gaming is here as well.
Oh, Blood Guilty is here. What's up,
Yeah.
brother? Ladaj is here. Juan Marquez is here. Psychotic Mongoose. Polly the Latino Slant is in the chat. Everyone say
Latina
Latino
Plant is
Slant.
here as well.
Give him a happy belated birthday to the
Happy Feliz Cumpleaños to Latina.
That hurt. I know you know how to. You can do it better than that.
I can do. I can do.
Toasted Geek, Darth Wizzy Wizard. I might have caught you already earlier on. Griffin Turbo, Daisy Blossom Flower Child. Hello, how you doing? Matt Cave Gaming is here. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Hey, it's a late night. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they're obviously very bored. They're like, oh, let's
Seriously,
go.
they're like,
let's
oh my
go
god, he's
somewhere."
doing something. Wow.
Yes.
Kylan Crow is here. Buffalo Trace is here. Hello. Jet
Buffalo
is
Trace.
here.
What?
What's up?
I got the
know,
Buffalo.
right?
No, I got the Blansons actually, not the Buffalo Trace.
No Buffalo. Come
There's
on, man.
Buffalo Trace here.
Wicked Virtues in the chat. We got a Wicked raid from Saucy Saturdays. Good to see you, Wicked, my sisa. The Machete Order is here, and Matt Cave Gaming, member for 25 months, says just got a CIB copy of Shadows of the Empire N64. What's CIB?
Something in box, probably. Something in box. Complete in box. I'm making it up. I B is box, right?
Yeah. In box is it for sure. Because I know NIB is like new in box.
Yeah.
CIB,
Complete in box.
Yeah, complete in box.
Complete in box.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
For
Matt
sure.
Cave, he confirmed. Complete in box.
He's been buying a whole bunch of stuff, man. He just got the Lord of the Rings Return of the King for GameCube too. Ugh,
Very
jelly.
cool. Very
So,
cool.
As I hit my pipe,
Mm.
we haven't talked about Star Wars in a while.
Well, you haven't talked about Star Wars.
Yeah, I haven't talked about Star Wars in a while. It's been a while on the channel. I had I feel like dude, it's been progressive, right? So I mean, you and I were in the trenches, in the thick of it as the Disney Plus shows were coming out. We were on the front lines talking about it every single week, you know, about where the franchise was heading, and you know.
Yeah.
I think I had some optimism there for a while, and I was kind of like trying to push through it, but it seems like every show it just got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, and then finally we wind up at the Acolyte, and I didn't make a single video about the Acolyte. We did live streams and we talked about it, but I haven't made a video about Star Wars in 7 months to a year, six months to a year, something like that, and I don't know. It's tough to fire up the camera and get all these beautiful people in here. We got 140 people watching right now and talk about Star Wars when I feel like there's not really much to talk about other than basically shit posts at this point. That's what it feels like. You know what I mean? Tell me where your head's at.
Well, I hated the Acolyte, and it's so funny. As I was watching your intro. You're gonna laugh. You're not gonna laugh. People are gonna roast me in the That's fine. That's fine. But I recently rewatched the Kenobi series, and I have to tell you, it holds up much better now than it did when it was out.
Kenobi?
And maybe it's just recency bias because of the Acolyte. But I have to tell you, I had such a great time rewatching Kenobi, just because. At least it felt like Star Wars. It's like, you know what I mean? I was just
but
telling
this is what the problem is, right? Is everyone's like, dude, just go back and watch the shows. You're gonna see that it's not that bad. And it's like, yeah, because it's been getting progressively worse as it's gone. If you go back and watch The Mandalorian right now, season 2, you're like, damn, that was some good stuff.
Season 3 is still, it's a bit of a challenge for me. Season 3 is still a bit of a challenge, but
I did not mean season 3. I have not gone back, and I haven't rewatched a single minute of Mandalorian season 3.
Well, who would, right? It's
Since
not
it aired.
worth it. It's not worth it.
Actually, that's not true. I take that back. I was on YouTube today looking for the Lizzo Jack Black clip, so I technically watched back a little bit of Mandalorian season 3.
Ugh.
Shout out, brother. What's up? Hey, we got a super chat here. OG for 20 says, do not listen to X-Wing. Loyo. See you in SpaceCon San Antonio. What do you mean don't listen to me? Why are you here? 150 beautiful people. What are you talking about?
Who knows?
We get to finally put this back on a Star Wars show for the first time in the longest time. It's worth it. It's a Star Wars. I wouldn't doubt it. So news has been pretty quiet. I mean, look, here's the thing. The Acolyte boiled over to an insane... I mean, the aftershocks are still ringing for the Acolyte, right?
The budget business. It's
so the budget business, not only that, but I'm talking about what happened to the Star Wars fan base over the Acolyte. I mean... It was insane to watch the internet absolutely implode. First off, Star Wars fans were like showing up at each other's houses and slapping the crap out of each other. I mean, it was the most divisive piece of Star Wars content that's ever come out, and I think that's wild because Luke Skywalker was a hermit.
So I was going to say, here's the question: do you think it was more or less divisive than The Last Jedi? What are your thoughts?
I think we have gotten to the point as a fan base that is almost not gone from memory. How do you explain it? It's almost like...
No, I understand what you're saying. I totally. It's like we kind of, some of us compartmentalized the sequel trilogy, put it to the side.
Yeah.
Right. And now this came, and we're like, okay, now there's this, and I'm kind of like, I'd rather watch The Last Jedi personally. I would ever want to watch this bullshit again. So that's just my opinion. I'm just telling you.
Crazy that you say that, because believe it or not, as I'm making the intro and I'm doing the countdown 10, 9, 8, 7, I didn't want to put the sequels in there. I'm like, I'll just pick different ones. And as I'm watching it back, I'm like, the sequels almost seem less harmful.
How is
Disney
that?
Plus show.
How insane. Was that their point? Was their point like, we're gonna give you something so fucking bad that you're gonna be like, well, if that was more Ray, you'll be ready for it. I'm like, is that the point? Do I feel punked? Are they punking me? Are we punked?
Because that's a big argument, right? Everybody always says, well, this same thing happened to the prequels, and you're going to turn back and you're going to look on it and be like, well, actually, they're beloved. And I'm like, bullshit, that's never going to happen. So long as the Star Wars fandom exists, they're never going to look back on the sequels and be like, oh, they're beloved, which I still stand by. Having said that, with everything that's come out from the Disney Plus TV shows at this point, I'm like, I don't see the malice as much in the sequels as I do in the Disney Plus shows. And it could just be time. You know what I mean?
It's gotten diluted. It's gotten diluted in a really weird way, right? It's like,
yeah. It's like the poison's thicker in the Disney Plus shows, and the poison in the sequels doesn't seem as bad anymore. You know what I mean? There's, trust me, we're not making a case for the sequels here.
Oh no, no, absolutely not. I'm just saying, as we're talking about it, I'm like, well, I can. Me and Yoda in The Last Jedi, I was like, every day, every which way, I would rather have that Yoda than Yoda's shitting on the bed. What was the Yoda at the end of The Acolyte? Like, she's interrupting him finally in the bathroom. I was like, is this really what we're after? She's like, she can't get it. No one will let her. She's like interrupting him, and it's what is going
occupied
on?
this is. I'm
Yeah,
kind of I'm mad we didn't get that.
Bro, that I was like, I couldn't. I just couldn't.
It's insane. Matt Walsh is in the chat. What's up?
I mean, not the real.
Yeah,
Matt
I'm
Walsh, I
pretty
would
sure.
imagine.
Hey, Culture Casino's in the chat. What's up?
Yeah,
Says,
man.
hey, Slackers, X-Wing is still big timing me. What is that? I don't even know what that means. I have small channel. Felicity Poobow's in the chat. What's up? It's good to see you.
What's up, Felicity? Felicity just doesn't understand. Just ignore her comments.
Okay. All right, we'll do.
Sure.
So anyways, look, yeah, I mean, I'm at the point now, like apathy has faded away into irrelevancy, unfortunately.
I'm going to say something that won't surprise you. I'm kind of excited about Skeleton Crew. I'm just, I am. It reminds me of my childhood. You know, it seems like it's going to be very, very fun to watch.
Right.
I'm like, I'm perfectly okay with it. Perfectly okay with it.
So the only thing I have to say for Skeleton Crew at this point, because again, I'm not at the point where I'm like tracking these shows and looking for leaks and blah, blah, blah. The only thing I'll say for Skeleton Crew is that they're making a show marketed for kids. They've made a show for kids and they're marketing it to kids.
Are you sure?
Right.
Are you sure it's a kid show?
It's what it looks like to me.
Or is it a show for those of us that remember our time as kids then?
I get what you're saying, like a Stranger Things type vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fine. Having said that, I don't think it's going to be a good Star Wars show. If that makes sense. I think it'd be a great sci-fi show. I don't think it's going to be a good Star Wars show.
What? You don't think Jude Law? No? He can't do it? Really?
What are you talking about, dude? Give me one reason why I would believe Lucasfilm would be able to craft a decent Star Wars story.
No, I asked about Jude Law. Well, I can give you lots of reasons.
Jude Law is fine. Jude Law,
John Watts. This is the Mandalorian folks, right? It's Bryce Dallas Howard. It's all these people that are doing it. These are not like, it's not like they got Leslie Headland and her band of bozos, right? These are the Mandalorian type folks come back to roost. John Watts, you know, Chris Ford's wrote it. I mean, the adults are involved here.
Thank God adults are involved still. I have no reason to believe the show is going to be good.
Okay.
I mean, but let's look at what's the track record at this point. You know what I mean? That's just kind of where I'm at. Like, what's the track record? And then beyond that, like, there are a couple things in the trailer that I watched it. And I'm just like, ugh. So they have Super Earth from the Helldivers. That's where the kids are from. It's Super Earth. I don't know if you saw that. There's Super Earth, and then we have like Geordie Jr. rolling around with the headband. I don't know what's going on there. It's just like, can we just get back to basics?
So I'm with you, and I'm totally with you. And my problem about the track record, for me, a track record is they have the same people involved in everything that's come out, and they've screwed it up every time. And the problem with what we've got is there's no consistency. It's not the same people. There's nobody who's overseeing any of this from a quality, from a story perspective. So every time it comes out, everyone's like, well, you know, it's been shit for, but I'm like, but it's like this thing is coming. It's like it's nothing else has ever come, right? Because it's John Watts, it's this thing, it's that thing, it's, you know, and Favreau is there and all the rest of it. So I'm like, yeah, it could totally suck, and we could. It's not going to be worse than The Acolyte, but all I'm saying is, it's
that would be a fucking accomplishment.
But you know what I'm saying? It's just hard to say. Well, because everything else, it's not the same people.
Yeah, and I get that, and that's another problem that Lucasfilm is suffering from so hard is 98 chefs in the kitchen. You know what I mean? 98 chefs in the kitchen who don't know what they're doing. 98 sous chefs, maybe even worse than that. I don't know. 98 cooks in a professional kitchen. where you should have French gastronomers cooking.
Well, remember, Leslie liked all the Star and the Wars. She liked them all, right? She
Sure.
liked.
Yeah.
She could.
Good
That's what I'm
good
saying.
old Leslie.
That's but I don't think we're gonna get that. Excuse me, that experience with Skeleton Crew. I think it's gonna be very refreshing, and
You
then
know what the time period is?
yeah, it's Mandalorian time period, of course.
Okay, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Vane's in it. The Vane villain.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. The
Yeah.
pirate. The
And then
ass
all of a
pirate.
sudden,
Yeah.
Urkel. Oh, did I do that? Urkel's. Yeah.
Can you pull up that picture of those two?
You can
Do you
find
know?
it. I
Do you
mean,
know what Urkel's name is in the show?
oh gosh, I could find the picture. I don't. His name is Gavin, something like that. Maybe I'm making
I
that
don't
up.
even know how to find that Skeleton Crew promo.
You want the
pic,
picture? I
maybe?
can get you the picture.
Yeah. Because I had problems there too when I pulled it up. I'm just like, dude, some of the oh, here it is.
You got it?
Yeah. Oh, it's on Reddit. I hope my computer doesn't get a virus.
Catastrophe says my optimism is adorable. Yes, I am Dart Simp. This I put the name there. I mean, it's hard for me to indict. There you go. There you go. There's Vane, and his name is Gavin or something. Oh, is it Gunther? Gunther. I think it says Gunther.
So I'm sorry, but this character design for him.
Oh, I didn't say he looked good. I just said her. I just said Urkel is
shit.
there as a pirate.
It looks so bad. It's like Lobot mixed with the effed up Boba Fett, and like, ugh. Oh, hi, baby girl.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all clean. Nice. Yeah,
So I know you're a big pirate guy these days. Do you think they can do pirates better? Because again, Jude Law's character has a flintlock rifle, flintlock pistol.
Look at the flintlock pistols on the Wolfman. Like,
well, yeah, in the next picture. But I mean, do you think they'll do a better piratey job than we got in Mando 3, or do you think this is just a kitschy thing? What do you think?
This is what I'll say. I think that the pirates in the sequel trilogy are better than whatever these guys are doing. So Kanja Clan and those guys, I think, are way more interesting than this gaggle of I don't even know what the hell you call it.
Do you think they'll bring us Hondo? Do you think Hondo will show up?
Is he alive?
Oh, of course. Yeah. He's totally alive now.
Wow. Yeah, so old Hondo, I mean, sure, I guess. Do I care? Like, no. That's a key jangle. You know what I mean? He's an awesome character. I've always liked Hondo Ohnaka, but at the same time, again, like, it just doesn't feel right. I don't know any other way to describe it. Like, it just doesn't feel like Star Wars. They reused R2-D2's light on Homeboy's chest plate for some reason. I don't know. It just feels like it's like if you took the design of Star Wars and gave it to a 7-year-old and like, can you draw this for me? And then they hand it to a kid, or even worse, like AI, and they're like, hey, show me some space pirates. And it's just what it looks like.
I am totally with you, but I have to say again, for the record, there he is with his pistol.
Little cross draw.
And by the way, he's not Neil is apparently not the same species as Max Rebo. Irregardless, I'm just saying this series, right, wrong, or indifferent, this series feels like it's made by Star Wars fans. Like,
okay.
I feel like they had to space this out because we got this bullshit that was the Acolyte by a self-professed, I like all the Star Wars, and this series with John Watts and Favreau involved, and I know Filoni, okay, Filoni is there, and all this stuff, tied into the Mandalorian time frame. For me, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. And I see in the chat, oh, it's not earned, blah, 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 my optimism. I'm like, unless it's Andor, unless it's Tony Gilroy coming back for Andor season 2, By the way, I hope they still gave him his money after this whole debacle with the Acolyte. But I'm like,
wait. Oh, you mean like losing all that money?
well, remember the first season of Andor was $250 million, right? And now we've got this story that says Acolyte was $230 million plus. So, and they're still finishing Andor season 2. I'm like, please, because of all this bullshit, please let him finish the second season. Please don't cheap out on it because of this nonsense.
Yeah, another Order 66 survivor. You know what? So, yes, I'm kind of yes and no on this. This is a tough topic. Another Order 66 survivor. It was supposed to wipe out all the Jedi, blah, blah, blah. But to me, like in my mind, that's where you have fun stories in that era. I'm not saying Disney's doing it right, but I'm just saying that's how you have fun stories in this era of like surviving Jedi that are able to do stuff. Because they wouldn't have been in contact with other people. One of my favorites, Galen Merrick. Galen Merrick's dad was a surviving Jedi, and Vader comes in and kills his ass and then takes him as an apprentice. Great way to use a surviving Jedi. I think the problem is not that there's another Order 66 survivor. It's how they're using them.
100% agree. And I don't think they'll go there on how he survived or whatever. But this is very interesting to me. It's like, okay, they're going to still live, right? And they're not going to be like, doing all kinds of Force things all over the place, right? They're going to go and do what they need to do, how they can survive and all that. And so again, the comments were, oh, it's a different kind of Jedi. I'm like, well, I don't know what that means, right?
Yeah, I don't like that they said that.
Right? There's a Jedi and there's not a Jedi. There's different kinds of Force users.
Yeah.
Right?
There's not different kinds of Jedi. There's
Jedi.
Yeah.
That's I'm a little like, that makes me
He's a gray Jedi or some bullshit. Like, I can't.
And I don't even think they're going there, right? I think they're like, well, he's a Jedi that's, just trying to make his way in the galaxy, blah, blah, or whatever. I'm like, okay, well, then just call him a Force user. Right?
Yeah, that's not a Jedi.
Maybe he was a Jedi though. So again, it's a bit of business there. The reason why I'm excited about it is because Jude Law is such a fan of the franchise, right? He's one of us. He's one of us from.
Oh my God! I hope I never hear that again.
What?
One of us.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, you remember who else was? Robert fucking Rodriguez was one of us.
No.
One of us.
He's not saying that Anakin blew up the Death Star, right? When I say he's one of us, he's like, he's loved the original trilogy. He loved the Alien. You know what I mean? If you watch the few interviews you can find of him, he's like, I was just so excited to be in Star Wars.
I love that. He didn't write the show.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
Of course not.
So.
Well, Chris Ford's not a douchebag. I mean, I think we have adults involved here.
Okay, who's Chris Ford? And by the way, I wanted to bring this up. I'm still a holdout for Jon Favreau. I'm still holding out for Jon Favreau.
Favreau? You mean Jon Favreau?
I'm holding out for Jon Favreau.
He's involved. Chris Ford and John Watts are the Spider-Man people. Am I wrong?
Ford, the American basketball player?
No. Goodness sakes, no.
I'm trying to look for Christopher Ford, known for Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah. He and John Watts are the duo from Spider-Man.
Yeah. Still doesn't sell it. Love Hitch Killer, Cop Car, Clown. Okay, and then who's the other guy? Chris Ford and who?
John Watts. John Watts is Mr. Spider-Man. John Watts is the showrunner. Although apparently he didn't do a great job on this Wolves movie. I haven't seen it yet, but he is also big time Spider-Man. John Watts.
The Onion News Network?
What?
He apparently did a season of the Onion News Network. 10 episodes. You never heard of The Onion?
I know The Onion, but I didn't know he was involved with it.
There was a TV series called The Onion News Network. I'd never heard about it. It was 2011. It was 10 episodes.
Okay.
Never heard of that. Apparently he was a part of it. Interesting. All right, what else did this guy do? He did Wolves, Children, The Fuzz, The basically
Clown
all the
Cop
other stuff that
Car,
guy was doing.
Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, Spider-Man No Way Home. I Can See You. I mean,
Yeah, it's crazy. Both of these guys didn't really have any accolades, and then they got Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they are from Spider-Man. They're Spider-Man folks.
Framinator says Jon Favreau's a dickbag.
Well,
You have to explain where you're
and,
coming from there.
You know, me and Jon Favreau, I mean, he's got it. For me, he has to redeem himself in The Mandalorian, the Grogu movie. He has lost a lot of respect for me. You know this? We've had these. I know it's a lot. We haven't been doing this much lately, but
Yeah.
you know, ever since Book of Boba Fett and
that
Mando
one hurt
season
you
3,
deeply.
bro, I'm like Jon Favreau. He's Ghost Rider here, right?
I was gonna say I still have problems with that he would have been like the architect for Book of Boba Fett or the architect for Mandalorian season 3. Mandalorian season 3 screams Dave Filoni. Let's be honest.
It was Jon Favreau.
I'm just saying it doesn't make sense. I've been saying it for how long has it been now? I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. From what we got from Jon Favreau untethered in Mandalorian season 1 to what we see in Mandalorian season 3 and Book of Boba Fett, it doesn't make sense. Unless he was just emboldened. Oh, there he is.
Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider is
right on cue.
I say his name. It's like Beetlejuice. I didn't even have to say it 3 times. I just had to say it twice.
It just doesn't make sense to me. There's just no fucking way, especially with like Iron Man and stuff like that. I just don't see how it's possible that dude was not fucked over in some kind of way. Excuse me.
So here's what I'll say. Peace and love on that. He is not going to fuck up this movie. Right? If he's coming back now, and I really think it is actually him to do this movie, their first movie back, he's not going to let the rest of his career go down in flames because he fucked up the first Star Wars movie that came back. There ain't no way.
Do we think it's going to be a Mando movie or the Rey movie first?
Oh, Mando movie's first. There is
Mando
no Rey.
movie?
There is no Rey movie.
That's not what Rey says.
No, Rey said she came back for an idea.
Actually, they said they didn't have anything at all. They didn't have a script. They didn't have anything. So, hey, Matt Cave Gaming, have a good night, brother. Anyone? Actually, I don't even need to shout that guy out anymore. He's at almost 20K already. Matt Cave Gaming is out there absolutely killing it.
So much
please
fun.
go
And
over.
by the way,
subscribe to the Matt Cave Gaming.
He has the most perfect hair on the internet. If anyone has never seen Matt Cave, he knows what I'm talking about. And I love the Matts, but his hair is it's like this most beautiful coif. I wish I could have it. Yes, it's coiffed up. It's
a lot thicker than I thought it was going to be.
No, it's beautiful. It's just beautiful.
All right, so speaking of Rey, Star Wars lead Daisy Ridley says she pays no attention to negative criticisms of Rey's character because I cannot change the way that some men see women.
And this is true because I translated this.
Dude, do you want to talk about a bold statement?
I translated this interview from the original French because it was a French interview, and she did say that, but it was taken a little bit out of context, right? The rest of it is, the rest of it is actually more shocking than this comment because she's like, I didn't know people liked Rey as much as they did. I never really thought about what she was up to until I was asked, and then two people told me that what is going on with Rey. It's shocking. Yeah. It's just shocking.
I was simply asked if I wanted to do it based on an idea without the story or even the script. But I had not been convinced by the concept the film. But if I had not been convinced by the concept, the film would not have seen the light of day. I took the time to think about it for a day, and I said to myself that I had a great time on these films. This new adventure seemed fun, so why say no? And it doesn't hurt you when Disney writes you a $30 million freaking check because that's what
Well, I don't. And this is the thing about it. I have no idea what money she got, right? But I think they gave her a small amount of money to come out on stage and be like, I'm attached to this or whatever. But it's not.
Yeah.
It's not many millions of dollars, right? I think she got. I think they needed her more than she needed them. So I hope her agent helped her get, some great amount of money to come out there and be like, I'm still here, I'm Ray. But if the movie never happens, she don't give a shit. She didn't even.
I hope she robbed them blind.
She's like, I wasn't even thinking about it until they're like, here it is, and we give you this idea, and the idea is Ray's still cool. And she's like, well, I think Ray's cool. And 2 people told me Ray was cool.
That's it right here. There was a strange this is the funniest part. It's a strange coincidence that, you were the fucking star of the sequel trilogy, and 2 people walked up to you in a week and said that they would love to know what Ray was doing now. And this is air quotes. There was a strange coincidence. 2 people told me in the same week that they would love to know what Ray was doing now. I had no idea that there was that interest. Like
2 people.
2 people?
That's the interest. 2 people.
She says people really like Ray. Are you fucking kidding me?
Again, I don't know how much money they gave her to walk out on stage on Star Wars Celebration for a minute, but I don't think it was like buku bucks. It was enough for her to feel, for her to come out, and again, the audience was happy enough to see her that it was at least 2 or more people, and she was like, "Hey, I'm here, hello, blah, blah," and then she went away. This movie has never. I will say this movie has. Again, clip this. This movie has a 1% chance, in my opinion, of ever happening.
I would agree with you. I don't think it's going to be made.
And now everyone's like, well, John Boyega is
even though 2 people walked up to her and said they're interested in it, I don't think it's going to get made.
Well, and now John Boyega is coming to New York Comic Con, and they're like, oh, he's coming because he's
be in the Ray movie. Yeah.
He's all jacked up, not for this movie. He has something else coming. He couldn't care less about this stupid movie because it's never happening. Stephen Knight has given 4 scripts. He's like, you know what? Fuck y'all. I'm gonna go do my own studio. I'm gonna do Peaky Blinders. I don't need you.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
Not happening.
It reminds me a lot of like what happened with the Acolyte when they did the renew or like give us season 2 petition, and it got quite a few signatures. I think when it was all said and done, it was somewhere around like 200,000.
Is that quite a lot though?
Well, so here's the thing. For me, in my mind, that's quite a lot. But there was another petition going around for Bridgerton, which if you've ever heard of it, I know there's a lot of guys in the chat. You probably never heard of Bridgerton. It was a Netflix show that was wildly successful. Wildly successful. They put out a petition to get the deleted scenes released, and it got 1.6 million signatures. 1.6 million signatures. And they were like, Netflix was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, go away. Like, I don't care. Netflix didn't care. So if you think a major production company is going to listen to 200,000 people and spend another $200 million on an absolute flop, I'm sorry. But
well, also, I think Disney Plus has 156 million subscribers, right? And so 200,000, it sounds like a lot, right? The number is a high number. Yeah. Right, but if you look at who watched it, that's what they're looking at, and they're using Nielsen, right? It didn't do the numbers. If it had done the numbers, we wouldn't even be still pissing around about this conversation, And poor Manny Jacinto, they sent him out as the martyr, and they continue to do so, right? Because he was the best part of that whole thing, in my opinion. And they sent him out, they sent him out on D23, and they're sending him out on Celebration. And he was so thankful to be involved. And the reason why they keep sending him out is because everyone else was bullshit.
Yeah, he was the only one with any genuine to him.
After this whole discourse, you can't send that bitch out anywhere. Nobody wants to see her.
Yeah, they're gonna throw tomatoes at her.
So you have to send Manny Jacinto. Why? Because they killed everyone else off, and the only other person you could send out doesn't speak English.
Yes. That's the only other one they could have done.
Who are you talking about? Yas Queen? Oh, come on.
Yeah, the
Fuck
Yas lady.
Yeah. And I love her, by the way. She is a great actress.
Is she?
They didn't do themselves no favors in anything related to this. And so all they had left is Manny Jacinto. Bless him. I love the guy. I would love to see him in person because he is also a genuine fan, and he trained himself up. He did everything he needed to do to play this bullshit, and the series sucked.
Almost like Jude Law could be a fan of the franchise and do everything he wanted to.
I have to tell you honestly, I think we will, and I may end up eating my words, okay, but I think we will remember Jude Law as being a part of Star Wars much more than we will ever remember Manny Jacinto.
Interesting. I could see that. So the only reason I think I agree with you there is that I think Jude Law has the ability to play a Jedi. Whereas a lot of these other people that were cast from Jump Street had no chance at being a Jedi, believable in any sense of the imagination at all. I like the guy from Squid Games.
Yeah, he was great. JJ.
Yeah. I think he did a good job with what he was given. I can't imagine like if somebody was like, hey, we need you to come to Korea. You're going to have to deliver all your lines in Korean. And by the way, you're going to play a type of character that is like sacred to a large subsect of like nerds in Korea. Can you do it? I'd be like, fuck no, I'm not doing that, dude.
And plus, JJ is a huge Star Wars fan, right? And so it really hurts my heart because we've had at least a couple to a few people in the Acolyte who were legitimately Star Wars fans that got put into this bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? Because of everything else that happened. And I'm like, ugh, really? You know what I mean? And Christopher Lloyd somehow with the red button doesn't seem as bad.
Oh my God, yeah, the Staples button for Christopher Lloyd.
But you know what I'm talking about? I mean, somehow that doesn't seem as bad as
I've erased so much.
I can't believe I'm saying this as what we got in the Acolyte. Don't know.
Let's take a little break.
Okay.
Take a little break.
Do something else.
Take a break. We're gonna do. Wait, where's the freaking link to it?
I don't know.
It's just a page that says this is a Star Wars quiz. Only a real fan can get 100%.
Oh yeah, the quiz.
And then there's no link to the quiz.
I don't know.
Has anybody heard of the mirror.co.uk? Take our ultimate Star Wars quiz to find out. And don't, dude, hold on. Am I fucking nuts right now? Take a look at this.
I don't know.
Okay, do you see a link to the quiz here anywhere? Only a real fan can get 100% right. Are you a Star Wars aficionado?
Is the red text, is that clickable? There's a red text. Oh, the mirror.
It takes us to a Princess Diana. Okay.
Oh, no.
Why does the Star Wars link take us to Princess Diana?
No idea.
Similar articles. Oh, here we go.
Oh, there it is.
Right here.
There it is.
Here we go. Here we go. Okay. How old did Yoda say he was in Return of the Jedi?
When 900, wasn't it 900? When 900 years? Oh, you are?
Right. Yeah.
I think it's 900.
I'm trying to remember the exact line right now. When 900 years old you are.
I think it's 900.
Yeah. Next question. Easy. Easy. What was used to portray the interior of the Empire base on Scarif in Rogue One?
Oh. It's
got to be the tube station.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an underground. It was an underground.
Go tube station?
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. No problem. From which planet is Han Solo? Get this shit.
Don't look at
Son of The son of Welsh legend Sir Harry Secombe had a role, yes, really, in The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. But for which character did Andrew Secombe provide the voice?
Oof. My guess would be Watto. Oh, I think Watto. My guess is Watto.
So it's definitely either Watto or Boss Nass. Unfortunately, I don't know the voice actor.
I'm guessing Watto.
You sir thinking me sir. I don't know. Okay, you're gonna go Watto?
Yeah, the chat's saying Boss Nass, by the way, but I'm on Watto. I'm on Watto. Yes!
Nice. Big
Got
win.
it. It was
Big
Watto.
win there. Nice.
Oh no, I see it was Wade. Oh, it was real Wade. I should have known he was wrong. Fuck that.
What was the code name given to Return of the Jedi by movie makers to keep fans off the scent during filming? It was Blue Harvest.
Yeah.
And what was Luke Skywalker's call
Red
sign
5.
in the same assault?
Red 5, right?
Wait, why is that an ellipses and then call sign in the same assault? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
It is Red 5. What is the name of the planet in The Last Jedi where Luke becomes one with the Force?
Oh God.
I hate you guys so much. What was the name of Luke's friend from Tatooine who was killed during the attack on the Death Star?
Mm-hmm.
Huff Darklighter and Wedge Darklighter.
I was gonna say.
I actually, believe it or not, Wiley Dave sent me the dual pack of the 12-inch collector's series, and it's Luke and Biggs.
Oh, cool.
It has their
cool,
helmets
cool.
and everything. Oh, it's so sick.
Yeah, very cool.
In The Phantom Menace, which leading British actor was cast as Bail Organa, but ended up on the cutting room floor when his scenes were edited from the final version? I don't know that guy's name.
I'm not sure, but I think it's Brendan. I think it's Brendan. Brendan, no.
I don't know.
It's gotta be.
Let's see if Jack can save us on this one.
Anybody know? Maybe it's the first one.
We're going to phone it into chat. We'll see what chat says. In The Phantom Menace, which leading British actor was cast as Bail Organa, but ended up on the cutting room floor when his scenes were edited from the final version?
People are saying it's, one person is. They're questioning. Wait.
I was going, I don't know. Hold on.
I don't think it's Brendan Gleeson. It's 1 or 3, I think. Come on, more people help. I've seen only one person say.
I would love if it was Bill Nye.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying it's Bill Nye, but for some reason I thought it was number 1. A lot of people are saying Bill Nye, so go with that.
Hold on, I need to look at a picture of Adrian Dunbar. I think it would be Dunbar. I don't think he'd put Bill Nye in there. Oh, I'm torn.
Again,
Adrian
my first thought was 1, but that's just.
I'm going to say Adrian Dunbar.
Everyone else is saying Bill. Oh, we were right. I was just a gut. It was just a gut.
See, I felt like Bill Nye would have been too well known, and he wouldn't have done that. Who was the mother of the young Jedi Anakin? We don't need to go
what
for that. In The Force Awakens, who does Han Solo claim he never made a deal with? Rissman?
Never made a deal with.
Conja Club.
Yeah, it's got to be the first one, right?
Exactly what?
Oh, that was it?
Fuck.
So we did good? I think we did good.
I didn't even answer the other question.
Oh, there was more? Oh, there we go. There it is.
Oh, dude, what? No, it's making us do it all over again.
Oh, yeah, there's 27. Yeah,
oh, my God. Stop jumping around for the
Oh, I know. It's a bad website.
It was Watto, right? Yeah. Blue Harvest. It was Red 5. It was Octu. Biggs Darklighter. Adrian Dunbar. Shmi. Conja Club. Okay, here we go. Oh, my God. These are fucking stupid. How was George Lucas said to have given R2-D2 his name?
Oh, we know this.
What is it?
From Yes, from a film editing something, right? Wait, yeah, number one. Yeah, it's number one.
Reel 2, dialogue 2.
Yeah.
Boom. The character of Emphas Nest is in Solo, but what does Enfys mean in Welsh?
Oh God,
Oh,
it's
that's not a Star Wars question.
Enfys is. What's the last one?
I feel like it'd be moon.
It's not rainbow. I think it's sun. It was hot places, right? I think it's sun. It's got to be sun.
She was all in the snow and stuff.
Huh? No. When they came, it was in the sand and all that, right?
So sun, you saying sun? Enfys
For
sun?
me, it's sun. Yeah.
Wrong.
Rainbow was right.
It was rainbow.
I would never have guessed rainbow.
Wow. Who will eventually have the honor of killing Jabba the Hutt? Princess Leia. What was Han's famous response to Leia's "I love you" deck? Oh my God. What creature did Luke Skywalker kill in Jabba's palace?
Oh, come on.
Rancor. Which 2 actors appear in all 6 Star Wars movies playing the same role?
It's Anthony. Wait,
hold on. In all 6. Did Mayhew? No, because hold on, let me think about it. Yeah, Harrison wasn't in any of the prequels.
I think it has to be the first one.
Yeah, it's Anthony Daniels and Kenny.
Yeah.
Because I was like, dude, so that's what I don't know is in episode, dude, when they're on Kashyyyk and Chewie is there, was he?
Mm-mm.
When did Peter Mayhew die?
I think that was the new Chewie. Mm-hmm.
2019, so he's totally still around.
Oh, okay.
Who played Chewie in Revenge of the Sith? Fucking Peter Mayhew.
Okay.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah. This answer is Han Solo.
I didn't see it. In the same film, who was shockingly referred to as Stuck. Oh, Jesus. What's the family link between Dennis Lawson, Wedge Antilles, and Ewan McGregor? They're uncle and nephew, right?
Yep. They sure are.
In Attack of the Clones, Darth Tyrannus is also known by Count Dooku. He was the Kowakian monkey lizard employed as court. Which star of Victoria Wood, as seen on TV, had a cameo appearance in The Phantom Menace?
I don't know.
Victoria Wood?
I don't know Victoria Wood. Somebody in the chat needs to help on Victoria.
What the hell
Wood.
is Victoria Wood? Where's my British people? That sounds like a British thing.
Someone will know. I have no idea about Victoria Wood.
The Phantom Menace, Victoria Wood. I bet you if I saw a picture of one of these, I would
have to guess
is.
it has to be
Julie
right?
Walters.
I'm just guessing.
She doesn't look familiar.
Oh wait, someone in the chat saying it's Celia.
Duncan Preston.
I would have guessed Julia.
He doesn't look all that familiar.
Well, Duncan's the guy's name, right?
Yeah, it's a guy.
Victoria and I don't
Julia
think
Emery. She doesn't look all that familiar either. Maybe she could have. I don't know who she would have played. They're saying Celia. I don't know.
And no. They're just guessing. I would have said Julie, but I don't know.
We'll go with yours. Celia. God damn it, Rissman.
Oh, they knew it. Somebody knew it.
I don't know who that is, though. I'll have to do some research on that. I don't know who the Celia Emery lady is or what she played. When he was cast as Mace Windu, Samuel L. Jackson's special oh my god.
Purple.
Who plays the young Lando? In The Empire Strikes Back, which creature attached themselves to the Millennium Falcon?
Minox, yeah.
25 and 27. We're fake fans.
Pretty okay. Well, I mean, the two that we missed were not easy questions. So.
Wasn't one of them, what word is this in Welsh?
Yeah.
And then the other one was, who the hell is...
Some British actress, yeah.
I want to find out. So
I'm fine with that.
Celia Phantom Menace. Celia? Celia.
He had sex with the droid.
Celia Imrie. Oh, dude, she was the freaking
Oh, put it up. Put it up on the screen.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. She was the freaking N1 pilot.
Huh? Who?
She was the
What?
N1 pilot.
Oh my God! Yes.
Yeah, you remember?
Yes.
Yeah, she was the N1 pilot.
Okay. Not a very not a very becoming picture, but okay. She was in Star Wars. Very good. Very good.
All right, so moving on. I just, yeah, I don't know. That was nice. That felt okay. That felt okay.
That was fun. I like that. That was fun.
All right, so here's an interesting one and something I could hypothetically be interested in.
Mm-hmm.
One of
Kestis, yeah.
If not the only Disney Star Wars character I've cared about from Jump Street has been Kestis.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently he's set to make a live action debut. Insider teases. I feel like we've been hearing this for years. Do you have any insider info on this? Anything you want to say?
I don't have any insider info, but I think it's great. But I again, it to me, this is so heartbreaking because we went from nothing to something to nothing again. And so much as what I mean is we're going to get the Skeleton Crew. And then next year we're going to get the Andor season 2. And then I think the following year we're going to get the Ahsoka season 2. And then anything else that comes is 2027. I can't believe I'm saying this, right? But it's 2027 or later. So at this moment, I couldn't give a half a shit. Right? You know what I mean? Because it's so far away.
Right.
You know,
and they don't have a great track record of keeping projects on the table.
No. And if they're going, but to answer your question, if they're going to prioritize a Kestis related series when they do something else, I'm here for it. Because Moynihan, he's great. He wants to do it. He's young. He can. I think, assuming they can get someone to write it and direct it. Okay, awesome. But for right now, I'm like 2027. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I don't blame you. And to your point, I mean, he can do it. I really, really, really fucking wished in Kenobi they would have done the smart thing and basically run it along with the Cal Kestis story. That would have been the good idea because we get the same stuff from the Jedi, not Survivor. What's the first one? Fallen Order.
Fallen Order. Yeah.
We get a lot of the same stuff from Fallen Order in the Kenobi show, and it just would have made sense. I feel like it just would have made sense. I don't know, for him to run into Cal Kestis, and they also should have used that villainess from Fallen Order as well. I thought she would have. And don't worry, everyone, she's plenty diverse. She's like Iranian or something like that. I don't remember what she was, but she was fucking miles ahead of Reva.
I mean, I'm sorry, but the Pampers ad was like some black baby. And people are just like the ad. I was like,
I don't remember what her name was. Fallen Order villainess. What was her name?
Siri? No, she wasn't.
No.
You're talking about
the second sister.
Yeah,
Trilla.
Yeah, Trilla.
Mm-hmm. She was fucking cool. I thought.
Yeah, and by the way, they've been doing a great job with the Inquisitors in these most recent comics, right? And the stories they've been telling about these Inquisitors in the comics have been I guess they invented some other new Order 66 surviving Jedi. Terra Run or something.
Another group or what?
No, just another like the biggest, baddest, surviving Jedi, Terra Run or Terra, so whatever, it doesn't matter. But the Inquisitors are all after him, and he's killing all the Inquisitors, and Vader's like, what's going on? but the comic has been so interesting from an Inquisitorious story. I'm like, okay, once again, why don't we get it? Can we not tell us a nice Inquisitor story in live action? Bring Cal Kestis.
Well, they tried, right? I mean, they tried with Kenobi, kinda.
Well, and that's why, I know Theory just had an interview with Stuart Beatty, right?
I haven't watched it yet. I have to watch that.
Bro, don't watch it. Don't watch it because Stuart Beatty was like, well, I had this great idea. We're gonna do a trilogy. He's the reason why there's a Reva. There's so much about what we got in Kenobi was from Stuart Beatty, right? It was Reva, all this stuff, blah blah. Kenobi's trying to get his mojo back and all these things. I'm gonna do it, but his business was Cody. Cody was gonna come and help.
Yeah.
So that when the bounty hunters came and seen that Kenobi was there, Kenobi would leave and Cody would help, watch Luke on the Lars Helmstead, blah blah.
So everything we thought it was going to be, all the leaks that we got. Yeah.
But there was still Reva. The difference again was Reva at the end was like, I killed Kenobi, and Vader's like, I don't believe you, and so he killed Reva, and so some of that stuff was from Stuart Beatty.
Yeah.
All of this stuff. So I'm like, okay, and he's like, got to get his mojo back. I don't know.
All right. Well, they say you could show up in Andor's upcoming second season, set in 5 BBY, which means there's only a 4-year difference between it and Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
I give it a near zero chance that we'll see Cal Kestis in Andor season 2, by the way.
Why?
Because I think Tony Gilroy's like, who the fuck is Cal Kestis, and why do I care? No, seriously.
Yeah, Tony Gilroy.
I don't think it's relevant to the story they're telling.
Mm.
Yeah, I think we have a better chance of seeing Kenobi in Andor season 2 than we do Cal Kestis.
Wow. Okay. Well, they say over 40 million Star Wars fans have connected with Cal Kestis and his arc of becoming a powerful Jedi. Fuck.
Jedi? What?
Respawn is working hard to bring the final chapter of this thrilling story to... Oh, they're talking about the game. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So the third game's got, apparently, has been greenlit, is in production.
Yeah, it's going to be that's going to be the last game that's focused on Cal Kestis. So that's the other thing about it. For me, it's like, I don't think we're going to see Cal Kestis in live action before the third game comes out, unless I'm just at that dumb, right? Why would you do that?
Shut up. It's been a long day. Okay. It's been a very long day. All right, so what do we have? What do we have left here? There was this, which I know you were very... Oh, shit, I just closed it.
What was it?
It was your Lego.
Oh, set. the sail barge. Yeah, bring that shit up.
Yeah, Lego sail barge.
I paid $500 for that, but it's a beautiful set, and it has Slave Leia. And again, by the way, with shorts, with board shorts. Very cool. Very cool. Set. Yeah.
No, this one. Okay, I think this is it.
StarWars.com has it too, but
yeah, this is the new set. I didn't know it was out already.
Mm-hmm. Well, October the 1st. It's not quite out.
Okay, here we go.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
That's a huge set.
It is. It's 31. I think it's 31 inches long.
Wow.
Very long. It's a big set.
I like the Jabba.
It's a new Jabba. Yeah. It's a lot of the figures are new.
I don't know anything about Lego, so I mean, I don't know.
Well, and the fact that they're calling her, of course, Hut Slayer Leia now, but they have like the chain, they have the whole nonsense.
Hut Slayer.
I'm like, okay, yeah. But they did a different
look a little Rebo tucked there in the back.
Yeah. He's got his place. That's Max Rebo. But in the Hut Slayer Leia, they've given her because always not only the top part but the bottom part was a problem. So they've given her like weird shorts now. But okay, fine.
Oh yeah, there's like red booties. Like boy
yeah.
Shorts
If you go back one, you can see the figures or whatever. a couple now. One more maybe, or it's the other way. But you can find her. Her shorts are weird, but oh yeah, and they give there's
Oh, that's great. I love the kitchen.
cool. There she is. You can see her
Oh
shorts.
yeah, they
there.
give her shorts. Huh.
Yeah, and it's a whole new headpiece. And again, around her neck, you can see it. There you go. Around her neck, you can see she's got like a gray
the
piece, and there's
collar.
a stud on the back, so they can still chain her up. So that's very controversial because people didn't think that they were going to allow that whole thing again with Slave Leia and the chain up and all that.
Yeah,
Again,
that's
I
a
think
big
it's a
set.
great I think it's a great set, but I don't think it's worth $500.
Oh yeah, $500 is just insane to
And
me.
that's the wrong, by the way, if you go back one, it's the wrong fucking this is the Bib Fortuna from the fucking the throne room for Book of Boba Fett. Because look at how fat he is.
Yeah. He's got
They cheaped out on this bullshit because that's Lego. Right, but this is the whole
That's
thing.
the Book of Boba
it's
Fett
the
bib.
wrong. It's the wrong Bib Fortuna in a
'cause
$500
He's
set.
got the fat
Yeah,
Leku.
fat. The Leku, yeah, no good.
Interesting.
It's a beautiful set, though. By the way, it's a beautiful set. I ain't
if
paying
anybody wants to
$500
buy it,
for it.
$500, baby. Get after
sir.
it.
No, sir. If it goes on sale, and again, it comes with, if you can get it at the beginning, it comes with a brick built Luke's lightsaber from Return of the Jedi, which is a 150 piece set. So that's an exclusive. Yeah, whatever. It still ain't worth $500. It's a $400 set,
Yeah, that's the bottom
in
line.
my opinion.
Well, it's not worth $400 to me.
Well, I would buy.
If that was like a $90, $125 set, and it was a big old Jabba sail barge, and I had to build that shit. By the way, you're taking all of those sweet little Chinese children out of the equation. I have to build my own toy. You know what I mean?
If I was going to spend $500 for a set, my white whale is still the Death Star. The Death Star that has the multiple places in it.
Aren't
it
those
has
like
different
way
scenes.
more than that?
It is a $500 list price set. It can still be found for $500. What I'm saying is, okay, so if I pay a premium $600 or $750, I would pay the money for that before I would pay $500 for the sail barge, because to me, it's
100%.
just not worth it. It's just not worth it.
Yeah. I like I said, I don't know anything about Lego, but if I was to spend $500, I think a full Death Star that it's like they do the cross section, right?
That's the
It's
one.
like a Lego Death Star with a cross section.
Yeah, that's the one.
Didn't Spider-Man and his buddy build that in one of the movies?
Yes,
They were building it together,
Yes,
and then
that's
when he
the
finds
same-
out it's
that is
Spider-Man, he drops it. Yeah.
Yes, that is the same one. That is the same one.
Yeah.
That's my white whale. I never pulled the trigger when it was list price before they retired it, and to this
come?
day I'm still, because it's $500. I don't want to spend blah blah blah. And now it's like you can't find it. It's
Really?
unfindable. Not for $500. I mean, you can find it.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, they're selling them for like $900, $800, something
Yeah, I
like
ain't
that.
paying.
Yeah,
Bullshit.
Yeah. For a fucking Lego set.
Oh, here we go. 230 million. Oh god.
Speaking of spending too much money, so Disney reveals Star Wars show The Acolyte was actually at a budget over 230 million. So, to people who don't really understand the concept, because like 230 million is an asinine amount of money, but in Hollywood land, you might say like, "Oh, that's not that much." What did they spend on Godzilla -1?
Oh, it was like,
Wasn't it like
10 million.
I was gonna say it was like 13 million all in all, said and done. Godzilla -1 and made like over $1 billion.
Yeah.
The Acolyte, they spent a quarter of $1 billion fucking dollars.
Well, they probably spent more like 300 million, and this is the Forbes article, right?
marketing
And even in this article, shout out to Valiant Renegade and That Park Place. There, I think they're referenced here, but this was the filings that happened through a particular period of time, and we know they were still doing work. But for me, I was thinking about it. I'm like, well, let's just put it in perspective, right? Alien Romulus, $110 million.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice 2, they weren't going to release it because the budget was like 100, 110. And they said to Tim Burton, they're like, well, we're not going to release it unless you're like less than $100 million. He's like, well, hold my Beetlejuice, $90 million.
Yeah.
So there's a $90 million. There's $110 million. The creator, just Gareth Edwards, just putting another one out there, $90 million. Yeah. So there's 3 movies. There's 3 beautiful theatrical experiences that are at the same ilk in price of budget compared to this. And
By the way,
hell?
Dune
What the
Part
hell?
2 came shy of 200 million. Dune Part 2 came in at 190.
Sure.
If you remember, that is one of the most gorgeous movies they've made to date. Dune Part 2.
Beautiful.
It's absolutely beautiful. 190.
Yep.
And then there's the fucking Acolyte.
Because nobody was monitoring it. There was no reason why it needed to be kept down. And by the way, Andor season 1, 250 million for
That's
12
insane to me.
episodes. And how beautiful was it?
I mean,
This
it's
is what I'm
pretty,
talking
but still,
about.
that seems like a lot of money, dude.
It was an amazingly lot of money. 250 million, Andor season 1, 230 million, this 230 million plus. Do they compare at all?
But I mean, also, here's the thing, though. Andor was building gigantic, huge, real practical sets. Huge practical sets.
Yeah.
And filming on location, building on location, like all these different kind of things. And then you look at the forest in the Acolyte. You remember when there's the roly-polies wrapped around the trees?
But that was
and
on location.
And everything looks like it's made out of Play-Doh.
And that's the sad thing. They went so many places in the Acolyte, and everyone's like, it looks so fake. They were on the volume. I'm like, bros, they traveled. They went to places. And the only time to me it looked like they were on location was Peeping Plagueis, right? That whole place where they were at.
Yeah, the rock, the free place to film at, where you didn't have to build anything.
That
free
was
rock.
Yeah. That was the only place to me. I'm like, okay, they went somewhere. But who cares?
I just came up with a perfect name for it. Ak 1.
Yeah.
Ak 1. Not Ak 2. Ak
No.
1. Yeah, they were filming on Ak 1, and that's the only place that looked legitimate.
Well, I think it was supposed to be the place. Who cares, right? But it was supposed to be the place with the Cortosis and Peeping Plagueis. And okay, they tried.
Plagueis.
He's Peeping Plagueis.
They still kept the guardrails.
Yeah. That's the only place where they have that like little, somebody's like, oh, I'm gonna build a little place here, Peeping Plagueis and a little place. I'm like, you know what? Fuck y'all. Right? Is this where is this where the money went? You had to travel? Did you all have a great time in the pubs or whatever? I mean, did you?
They spent $45 million on getting Plagueis digitized and having him turn around the corner. That's where they spent the money. That's the only thing I can think of. They had an extra $2 million for discourse set aside in the budget for her to
discourse. It's all about the discourse. No, it's something about it is a racket, right? Clearly,
yeah, something stinks.
I'm like, okay. I'm like, I know this whole business. I mean, I'm like, ugh.
How and where? So the only way you can really be sure is if you saw an itemized, and I'm sure that would be a 879 page packet, the itemized description of what it costs to make this, and see where the money really went. Where did that money really fucking go?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure somebody lined their pockets pretty heavily. And I wouldn't be surprised if they had a square jaw.
Mm-hmm. Your favorite, Leslie Headlamp.
Oh, my girl.
I mean, most people have.
No, this to me is such an easy problem to solve, right? In so much as you need to have somebody who is enforcing your television spend, and the way
they had that guy.
Who?
They fired him.
Who is it? Who they fired?
What's the name of that guy? They had an oversight, dude.
Oh,
and they
no, no,
fired
no.
him.
I'm not talking about that bean counter. I know who you mean.
Yeah.
I'm talking about somebody within the actual production arm of your television studio that says, okay, everybody who's doing a television show, you've got, I'm making it up now, right? But you've got $15 million
Yeah.
for a 10 episode show. And if you want more money than that, you need to sell me on why.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
prove to me what you need.
Otherwise, y'all always got 15 million or 25 million. I don't know what the millions is. Right? I can tell you it ain't 230 million.
There's a bit of a blank check culture, it seems like, going on over at Lucasfilm. That
And the streaming especially. 100%.
Yeah, which is wild because that's where you're not making money.
No. None being made. No one's subscribing. I can guarantee you one thing. Whether you want it renewed or not, there isn't one person. I would bet on this. There isn't one person who subscribed to Disney Plus because they wanted to see The Acolyte. It didn't happen.
Well, it's possible that they did. It's possible that they did.
Maybe I'm being.
But
maybe I'm. At least
after that month, they were gone.
Yeah. So maybe there was between 1 and 50 people, right?
Yeah.
Who subscribed
and they didn't get their money. I can promise you, they didn't get their money back.
The rest of us were already
Disney,
subscribed, and we're like, okay, here comes some other
bullshit. We're gonna watch it.
Here comes some other bullshit.
It was unequivocally, irrevocably, unabashedly.
Shit.
Again, do you honestly think anyone was like, oh, The Acolyte's coming, I am subscribing to Disney Plus? Do you think that
I gotta tell you, I love to have conversations with like my normie friends and be like, hey, did you catch this? Hey, did you catch that? Because it's a bit of a meter, to see, my friends who know I'm into Star Wars or was into Star Wars, and what are you watching? Are you doing any of this on Disney Plus? Blah blah blah. And they're like, oh, the majority response was, oh, they came out with a new show.
But they were so much better for missing it, though, wasn't that great?
Oh, like, dude, they probably spent fucking $30 million on advertising for that show.
Well, the only advertising on that show was, yes, Queen, look at how gay we are. This is the gayest thing before Agatha came along. This is so gay.
And now Agatha is going to be more gay. Right?
Well, Agatha didn't do as well as The Acolyte, by the way, from the numbers in the premiere. But I have to tell you honestly, as someone who's watched both of them, I think Agatha all along is the superior show, right? But that doesn't mean either show is. It doesn't mean either show is great, right? It just means, in my opinion, Agatha is the better show. But I'm saying nobody is subscribed to see either one of those things.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody cares.
Again, like the apathy is set in, and again, I almost titled this "The Late Night Star Wars Show." Is there anything left? And at this point, I mean, all we really have to look forward to is a show that does not appeal to like the mass Star Wars fan base on a whole. I don't think it's marketed to the mass fan base as a whole. We're not seeing a lot of marketing for it as the show is, kind of coming into its own. So, in a time where you really need a boon with your fan base, if you want to keep Star Wars alive, especially after The Acolyte, you need a boon. If they had structured this well, because I already know, at least in my mind, what the board conversation would have gone with when we're talking about The Acolyte. They would have said, this is probably going to ruffle some feathers. Let's be honest with each other. This is going to ruffle some feathers. I don't think a lot of people are going to be happy, but we really want to capture that audience that's not watching Star Wars and bring them into it. The young activists, the young kids, the Gen Z activist population. We want to bring them in. It didn't fucking work, but they would have said, we need to bring them in. And then after that, we need to hit them with the 1-2 punch and bring in old fans at the same time and let them know that we're still here with you. I don't think they're doing that well with this show. The show that's coming out. Skeleton Crew, that is not the punch that they needed to bring the other fans back.
Well,
it's not going to work.
I agree with you on this. I think like some of the things that are still what I would consider to be, I hate to use this word because it's so nasty, but residue, right? Like residue from the MCU, like the things
Yeah.
we're experiencing with Agatha and then Ironheart's coming, and then
We're in our phase 4.
yeah. Well, whatever
Yeah.
phase it is, it doesn't. We're in phase shit, right? But these things that are already out there, Harrison Ford is the Red Hulk, right? And whatever that movie is, I don't even know the fucking name of it. Tell
Brave New
you what
World.
I'm talking about. But all I'm saying is we've got this residue that's still going, and I hope that Skeleton Crew isn't the cruddy residue, right? I hope that Skeleton Crew is a bit of a bright star, primarily because I do think it fits into the Mandoverse, and it has that tie into something that has longevity, whereas the Acolyte was a flyer, right? It was like, let's see what happens, and you know what? We're putting, this is me doing KK, right? Well, I'm putting my name behind, I'm putting my producer name behind Leslie Headland because she knows how to make a TV series, and she's a Star Wars fan, and this is going to be great and all this, and so she's going to spend what she spends. And now it's like what happened was a pile of bullshit, and then Iger's like, we're not doing this, right? This is done, right? And so there's so much mismanagement there, and so much haphazardness, that when it comes to Skeleton Crew, it's like, well, Favreau's. I still think Favreau is untouchable, right? Favreau is attached to it. Filoni is tagging along as he does, like his little lapdog. Okay, fine. We got John Watts. We got all these other people involved with it, and we're like, well, these people aren't gonna fuck themselves over their first Star Wars experience on this. Fuck Leslie Headland. Nobody cares, right? Nobody cares what she did, and the other people. It's like, go. That's just dumb.
Yeah,
That's my opinion.
I'm trying to think of like the overall arc of what Star Wars fans are, because I'm done talking about me and my personal thoughts and how I feel as a Star Wars fan, because my thoughts and prayers as to what Lucasfilm should do were buried many, many moons ago. I'm thinking about the overall arc of who you can redeem, who's left in the Star Wars fan base that loved the prequel trilogy, loved the original trilogy, that can be brought back, who were turned away by the Acolyte, by Kenobi, by Book of Boba Fett, by these different shows. Like I said, they need a boon right now. They really need a boon. They have to do something that's going to try to bring people back. And as the hardcore Star Wars fan, like, I'm out. I've been out. I've been clean and sober for like 7 months at this point. I've done other things. I've moved on. But for those who aren't clean and sober and are still in the mix right now, they need something. And dude, they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it with Skeleton Crew, and they're not going to do it with the Mandalorian. They might be able to pull something off with a Mandalorian movie. Maybe.
This is it exactly. They're not going to do it with Skeleton Crew. They're not going to do it Andor season 2. The only thing they have to bring in a new fandom or to reinvigorate the fandom for Star Wars is the Mandalorian and Grogu movie in 2026.
And after season 3 of Mandalorian, is that even really a promise at this point?
Because they're going to give a story that has nothing to do with that. It's going to have nothing to do with the nonsense. It's not going to have anything to do, in my opinion, it's not going to have anything to do with Mandalore. It's not going to have anything to do with anything other than the very end, which is, we're going to call on you, Mando, to come and help us chase down Imperial warlords. Yeah. And that's what the movie is going to be about. It's going to be about...
and then we'll start getting post-credit scenes for Star Wars movies, and they're going to try to build it back up.
I don't know about all of that, but there has been a lot of scuttlebutt that says not only is it going to be around them. What?
I got to hit this real quick. Hold up. Hold up, though.
Oh,
Raider. Oh, the baby's sleeping. Why do you always do it when the baby's sleeping? Raider. Raider hops in and gifts 10 X-Wing memberships. My lord. You know what that means, right? You have to watch the gross one.
He said clipped. I forget I'm on the fucking internet.
Raider, my man, gifting 10 memberships to the X-Force. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that a lot. Look at all the love in the chat for everybody who got gifted a membership. X-Wing's popping up in the chat. Hello. Big old Raider W, as always. Good to see you, man. Appreciate you being here. Thank you, brother. 10 gifted memberships. Let's go. All right.
I think Favreau wants to do something special in this movie, and I think it involves some amount of the original trilogy cast and de-aging and doing things. They want a hook, right? I don't think Jon Favreau wants his last claim to fame to be, I'm the one who brought a Star Wars movie back to the big screen and it bombed. I don't think that's where he's going in his career.
Well, he may want that. He may want that all he wants, but if he doesn't provide, that's what's going to happen.
I think he can provide. I really, really do. But again, that's 2026.
It's really weird to hear you talk about Jon Favreau like that.
You know what? Because he knows how to make a movie. He's proven that he knows how to. Dave Filoni doesn't know how to make shit. Right? He kind of bumbled through it in Ahsoka. Right? Yeah. Jon Favreau knows how to make a movie.
Yeah.
By the way, Iron Man and all the rest of it, I think he's kind of proven the fact that he could come and do something.
Chef, another guy. I mean, whether you love it or hate it, Elf. I mean, the dude knows how to make a movie that people love, for sure.
Yeah, and he does really love original Star Wars, not Disney Star Wars. He loves Star Wars. So
okay, if I don't pee, I'm gonna punch somebody in the mouth. I'll be right back.
All right. So I think either there's going to be a movie, Mandalorian Grogu, that Favreau does well, or there's not going to be any movie at all, right? Because he's not going to be like, he's not going to half-ass it, and KK's not going to ride his dick about it. He's going to make a movie, right? Or he's not going to make a movie at all. Look, it's my stream now. Who's here? Wow, I love this. I'm in charge. Look at that. Look at that. Who's in the chat? Who do I know? What's up, Mars Monkey Max? Good to see you. Oh, Ghost Rider is still here. Oh, Ghost Rider, my friend. It depends on the consultants Favreau uses. Yeah, very well could be. Very well could be. But again, I think again, it's either going to be a great movie or there's not going to be a movie at all, right? Because otherwise, who cares? The last movie wasn't great. I mean, it wasn't great at all. My goodness. What's up, the Freminator? Good to see you. Blood Guilty Gaming is here, my brother. Who else? Who else? Yes, I have taken control. Well, he had to go to the bathroom. Very small bladder, by the way, X-Wing. Very small. Tiny, tiny bladder. It happens. It happens. It happens. What else should we talk about? Anything else? Yeah, I agree with you, old Renaissance boomer. He needs to have the full control, right? He can't be tinkered on, right? If they're going to do this movie, he has to be in charge of it. And I think he will be, right? Otherwise, they're tinkering. They're tinkering. We can't have the tinkering.
What'd you do?
I don't think I think I was pretty good. I think it was pretty good. Yeah.
No, I'm in 100% agreement with you. We've seen what Jon Favreau can do. I think if he's not messed with, he can do something.
She's not going to fuck around with him. My God, I think he's doing this movie as a favor to Bob Iger. I don't think it was like KK. You want to do a movie? There wasn't going to be a movie. It was going to be the season 4. Now it's not. Oh, it's not a season 4. Blah blah. I'm all right. No. Iger's like, we need help, right? We can't come to press with this fucking Ray thing, and Mangold just screwed the pooch with the. We need somebody to help us. Can you help? Mufasa, can you come and help us?
Yeah.
I really believe that's what happened. And Favreau was like, okay, yeah, sure.
I mean,
don't fuck with me. Don't tinker with me. Let me do a movie.
They've truly written themselves into a corner. And I mean that in the most real sense. They've built entire parks based on the success of the Rey story, built on the base of, the sequel trilogy, and they've already started to roll back on it. We're getting other characters now walking through it. They built an entire hotel based on Rey and Kylo, and they're already, that hotel's fucking gone. They're starting to add in now other Disney Plus characters to try to rectify what's gone on. And they haven't been extreme enough with it, in my opinion. They have not done enough to try to right the ship. But now they're at a point where if they don't do something soon, it's gone. They can't keep this up. So what happens if they shelve Star Wars on Disney Plus? What do they do with the parks? Just leave them up and running?
Yeah, I mean, I think the parks are the least of the problem, right? I mean, they can very easily. You know what? The easiest. This is so silly. This is so silly for me to say, but the best way they can continue to make sure their parks investment are good, they're just gonna send Darth Vader out walking around. It's so fucking
Have Luke
easy.
walk around. Have some Jawas walk around.
They'll take away that First Order shuttle. They'll make it a Lambda class. This is so easy. This is no brainer. And all of a sudden,
Star Wars.
Darth Vader will be walking around. There'll be a few regular stormtroopers. They'll send a mouse droid doing a mouse droid. This is very easy to fix because Galaxy's Edge isn't a waste. It's a waste because it's so desolate, right? From a franchise perspective, it's so.
It's
the noises
a waste it's a waste because they didn't utilize 50 years of storytelling, not because it's a bad space. They didn't utilize Star Wars. They utilized the sequel trilogy, and that's it.
So they can fix Galaxy's Edge in such an easy way. They could send a few Jawas out. All of a sudden, there's Darth Vader, right? There's real stormtroopers, right? They don't even have to do anything about the physical sets, right? It's all about sending out the characters that people resonate with. It's so easy. It's a no-brainer. So I'm not worried about Galaxy's Edge, for Christ's sake. If Rey never makes another appearance, okay, nobody cares.
No one cares.
Nobody cares.
I think there was a time where there was a part of me that sort of felt bad, or at least I identified with and understood when people were like, yo, there's little girls out there that want to be Rey. And I'm like, I totally get it. And like, I am never going to be the guy that's going to shit on their parade at all. But there's also 9,000 other ways to do this. You know what I mean?
Bro, I have been to Galaxy's Edge so many times, and I have to tell you, and this isn't anecdotal, everyone wants to spend time with Chewie. When Chewie and Rey are out together, everyone wants to have a picture with Chewie because nobody knows who the fuck Rey is.
Yeah.
Right? But everyone knows who Chewie is. And he's amazing in person,
that was the biggest problem for me.
He's gigantic. It's Chewie.
Yeah. That was the biggest problem for me when I went to Galaxy's Edge, and I was like, I knew what I was getting into. Obviously, you know what you're getting into. But the fact that there was literally 50 years of storytelling that was completely ignored, just ignored, pushed away, doesn't exist, never happened. And then beyond that, the fact that Black Spire Outpost was stuff that I read about in the expanded universe, And so Thrawn was there, Anakin was there, Padme was there, blah blah blah, all this different stuff. It was tied to history in the expanded universe of stuff. I know it was post Disney, but
Yeah.
it was just ignored completely for the sake of immersion. I have never felt less immersed anywhere than in that land.
But I have to tell you, I love to have my picture taken with Chewie in front of the Falcon. Right? It's a beautiful Falcon.
It's got the wrong radar dish.
And Chewie is, who the fuck cares? I am standing in front of the Falcon with Chewie.
It's the wrong Falcon.
I don't care what dish is on at that moment. I don't care. They can fix the dish.
It was really cool to stand in front of the Falcon. I know the dish was wrong, but I mean, it's still the Falcon. It's a fake Falcon, but it's still the Falcon.
But it's the closest we're ever gonna get, I believe, to the Falcon in real life.
Yeah. If that had the right dish on it.
Well, that's the JJ. I mean, we don't have to go in why the dish is the wrong dish.
Fixed everything. They had to fucking make it their own, didn't they? Money,
because they could sell then Falcons with the new dish.
Yeah.
They can sell a 3PO with the new. It's all money. But I'm saying at this point, it's so easy to fix. They have the real estate. They have a Falcon sitting there. They have the. If you've ever been, all you have to do is change the ship, right?
You don't even have to rebrand smugglers. So the only problem that they have, theoretically, would be Rise of the Resistance, but you leave that there as your bastion, your achievement for the sequel trilogy. You leave it there as your crowning jewel of the sequel trilogy.
And it's a great
because
ride.
Your real crowning jewel, or what you thought was going to be your real crown jewel, went fucking bankrupt.
Yeah. And the Rise of the Resistance, which doesn't work as well as it should, but when it does work well enough, it's a great ride.
I wrote it. Right? I wrote it once, and everything worked perfectly as it was supposed to. Awesome. I thought it was a great ride. Great ride. But I'm a Star Wars fan, so.
Well, that's why I ride Star Tours every time ever before I ever go and deal with it.
It's the best ride in Disney. It's the best Star Wars ride in Disney. Bottom line.
But all I'm saying again is you don't have to sacrifice your investment in Galaxy's Edge. You just have to send the right freaking characters out that people care about.
Yeah,
right? And just do a couple of tweaks and you're done. It's fine.
And honestly, that land works for so many different locations. It works for so many different locations. You could even, theoretically, if you wanted to, do a small repaint in some of the areas and create a Mos Eisley area.
Mm-hmm.
You could have the bazaar be a Mos Eisley area, and then you 100%. Could break back out into your sequel area. Like all of this stuff is so easily fixable to make it Star Wars land, not Disney sequel trilogy land. And if you do that, you triple the amount of money you could make. Literally triple. If you had those sabers sitting out, with a vendor who's like, oh, we got these off of the Jedi, and you can buy them on the street as opposed to having to wait in line to go into some weird little fucking trader. There's so much they could do to maximize profit there and to appeal to people. And as much as I fucking hate Disney, I really do. To my core. I still love going to Disney World. I still love going to Disneyland. I love going to the parks. And if they fixed Star Wars Land, I would love to go back.
And
I really would.
I'm going to just say it again. If you send Darth Vader out with 2 red guards, just walking around doing Darth Vader things, money. Easy money. People will be like, Darth Vader? Darth Vader is out and about?
I love that guy. Yeah. Who doesn't know who Darth Vader is? Who doesn't know who Luke Skywalker is?
And then you have a Boba Fett doing his thing or whatever. This is easy because Darth Vader is already meeting in the place that apparently they're closing.
You already have the character. You already have the
there.
Costume.
He's there, and he's amazing, right? And he's there in that meet and greet,
literally in a fucking janitor's closet.
Which they're going to close it down, I think, and that's where they're going to put the Monsters Inc. thing. But okay, fine. But he is an amazing Vader. Every time I go there, I have to. He's very imposing. But every time I have to go and see that Vader, because why wouldn't you? Right?
He's like 6'5", big old massive dude in the armor.
Whatever.
You're
He
like,
is Darth
awesome.
Vader, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's like you could send him out with those stormtroopers that are silly. You know, they can put the different mask on and make them a different thing. And, you know, all of a sudden, here we are. Here, everyone wants to see Darth Vader. Who wouldn't want to see Darth Vader walking around?
Imagine 501st walking around with an early Vader. Oh, dude. I'm moving to Florida. If I heard, hey, weekend event, Vader, even the Anakin, like, even if it's still the Anakin type, walking around with the 501st,
this is
armor, walking around the park. I'm driving to go there. I'm doing it.
You know what they used to do? They used to do something called Star Wars weekends. And you know what used to happen? Vader used to walk around and the 501st was there and there was an Anakin and a Padme and all this happened. All this happened before all this nonsense. This happened all the time, every weekend. It was Star Wars weekend. I don't understand why this is even a conversation. Can we not just do it again? You have all the people. You have the formula. It's not new.
And you know those unless they sold them off on eBay to try to make some money, like those are probably sitting in a warehouse somewhere. Those trooper outfits are still probably sitting somewhere in a wooden box, and just bust them out and do it.
Bro, it was a weekend in Disney back in, gracious, when was this? 2016, 2017? You hadn't lived. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. All the characters were there. Meet and greets, right? They reskinned the ride, you know, Space Mountain. I couldn't even tell you what happened, right? Yeah. And now we're piddling around on this bullshit. I'm like, what? Are you dumb? What the fuck?
Dumb.
I don't get it. It's not like they've never done it before. Just do it again, for cripe's sake.
Well, it doesn't matter how much we yell at them; they won't.
Well,
but I'm interested to see what happens.
They haven't, but they might yet.
They might yet. There's hope. Mm-hmm. Is there hope? Maybe there's always hope. Maybe there is no hope. Maybe there's hope. I don't know. How do you feel, buddy? We did a whole Star Wars late night stream again. I
love it. I love it. I know you don't do Star Wars on this channel much, so I appreciate the invite to do it again.
I miss this. I feel like it's still good to do so I feel like the problem is if you schedule it for every Saturday, you're like, fuck, what is there to talk about this week? I don't know. And you're like, I don't want to do it. You know, but
I get it. I get it.
We should keep this. If you're still willing to come on.
Yeah, we should at least do it once a month. Once a month, we can talk about Star Wars again.
I like that. Let's do that. We'll keep it in the back pocket. Chat, what do you think? Throw a 1 in the chat if you want to keep the Star
Listen,
Wars
there's been 150 kind souls who have stuck with us the whole damn time.
Yeah.
Peace and love to the OGs. I've seen so many people in this chat that we've known for so long. Really about Ladaj. Fuck you, Ladaj.
I've seen people in this chat I haven't seen for months and months on end.
I agree.
The fact that you guys just showed back up to support, as I brought it back up, it means a lot to me. It really does. It means a lot.
To me as well. It's so good. So good. So much fun.
Eat 2 to 3 times. There's not that much to talk about.
We could do, well, I think we should commit to like once a month, and then something weird. I mean, when December comes and they do Skeleton Crew, we might have some things to talk about.
Maybe right? so like if a show drops or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We can do an episode review and stuff like that.
And by the way, did you before we go, did you watch the Rebuild the Galaxy? Did you watch the Lego thing?
No, I have not yet.
That is probably the best thing they've put out this year. I bet
I'm gonna enjoy it.
Four like 20 some odd minute episodes. Hopefully the people in the chat have seen it. But it was so much fun. Really, really fun.
I'm glad to hear that. So that's one of those things. It's funny. Lego's like a little fucking cheat code.
Yeah.
They can kind of do whatever they want. You know what I mean? And Lego, like, I'm not upset about it. I don't care. It's just
Yeah,
fun
but
to watch and
Mark
whatever.
Hamill and Billy D and all the people were there. Like they brought back.
Really?
Like, yes, even Sam Witwer was there as Maul. Everybody came back for that.
Oh, that's fun.
Darth Jar Jar, he came back as Jar Jar again. I have to tell you, I had the best time watching those 4 20-minute-ish episodes. And one of the kids from Stranger Things is one of the main characters. I highly recommend if you haven't seen it.
It just like brings you back into, it's a George Lucas Star Wars thing, right?
It was very Star Wars because there was a message there. There was a message about hope and about family and about the things that you think about, or at least I think about, from a Star Wars perspective. And I almost feel like whoever was in charge of writing that was kind of like, fuck you. I can write a Star Wars story. You should watch
in Legoland. I'm gonna watch it.
You should watch Rebuild the Galaxy, and I think you will. I think you will be surprised. I think you will be surprised.
All right, you got my vote. Hey, really quick before we go, Daisy Blossom Flower Child. Excuse me. For $20 says, "Thank you for a great stream." Thank you.
Oh, good to see you, Daisy.
I really appreciate it. We'll do one more dance before we go, because I feel like the most important thing.
And you have one member chat from the Freminator.
The Freminator member for 11 months says, X-Wing, do some podcast diving back into the EU, Dash Rendar, Kyle-Katarn, Mara Jade about the good old days before the dark times. So,
are you a lorist? Because I wouldn't know how to talk about any of those things.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, the first one I would do 100%. The first one I would do would be on Darth Bane, Rule of Two, the trilogy of Darth Bane. There's 3 books for Darth Bane. I dive into that hardcore. We could do Shatterpoint. You could do, I mean, just like all kinds of different stuff. I'd like to. I don't know that like many people would watch it. You know what I mean?
So it's 2 things, right? I think Mara Jade is coming because they told because Timothy Zahn really wanted to do Mara Jade and they told him no. So I think Mara Jade is coming.
Well, there's no George to stop him now.
But secondarily, on your whole, I would like to do it, but no one. Who the fuck cares? If you want to do it, and put the video up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's something you enjoy and you can do a good job on it, put the video up. People watch, don't watch. Put a premiere up. Put it on a live. We'll do it on a live stream. We can premiere it on a live stream. We can talk about it. Somebody. I guarantee you, people will watch. I guarantee you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I hope they would.
Yeah,
I think if I was gonna do it, I would want to do. I know you can't do this on YouTube, but like for anybody who didn't know what Darth Bane was, or like if there was a sign up sheet and be like, why do you know why the Rule of Two exists? Yeah. And people were like, no, like, all right, here's a code to join in, like join and find out why the Rule of Two, you know?
Yeah, but my point is just do the video or do the stream for here's why the Rule of Two exists, and then people who know, they'll come. People who don't know, they'll come. That's the beauty of YouTube, is people are going to come if they're going to come, right? Whether it's a video or whether it's a live, if it's something that you know and something you enjoy, and if you have the time, of course, time is always the mitigating factor. Why not? Nothing ventured, nothing gained, right?
The Rule of Tool.
That
might be my new podcast name, The Rule of Tool.
Well, you are a bit of a tool shed, so I get it.
100%, man.
I get
it. And I wear that proudly. I'm okay with that.
That's all right.
We're gonna play this one really quick, just because I know that he misses it so much. I'm gonna bring this back up just so he can see it one more time.
What? You're hearing things?
Parent? I swear to Bob, you hear babies crying when there are
Oh no,
babies.
no, that's you and your situation. I don't hear no babies.
Yeah. Anyways, Daisy Blossom Flower Chat again. Thank you for the 20. I'm gonna play this just for his.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your generous contribution to
X-Wing.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's my favorite. You know,
I
that's my
know. I know you missed that one.
favorite. Wow, well, that's a deep. Now we call it a deep cut, right? It's
That
been
was a
long
deep
enough.
cut.
We call it
Yeah.
a deep cut.
That's been long enough now that that's a deep cut.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Anyways, all right. So, Rissman, anything you got going on? Anything you want to tell us about? You're co-hosting a lot.
No, not a bit. Not a bit. The next thing I'm doing, God willing, is I know you can't go, okay, but we're gonna be at the Icon in Nashville next weekend. So if there's anyone here, I seen Ladaj. I know he's coming a day. I don't know why he lives in Nashville. He can only come one day. Fine. But anyone who's gonna be in Nashville the October the 3rd through the 6th will be there at the Icon, in Imperial Commissary Collectors Convention. Look at me, I know
Yep.
what it stands
Yeah,
for.
yeah. It was ICCC.
Yeah, Michael Havens and all that. So we'd love to see you if you're there. You know, shout out to us. Let me know if you're coming. And I always appreciate, you know, the opportunity to be here. So great to see everyone here tonight. Really appreciate it.
Oh, man. And thank you for being here, taking the time out of your day. Again, these
My
Star Wars
pleasure.
streams are few and far between, but let's do this more.
At least once a month we should do it. Pick a
I'm-
day
I'm-
and let's do
I'm
it.
in
Pick
for
a
it.
yeah. Oh, Ted's Nerd World's gonna be there.
I know. I'm so bummed I'm missing that one. All right, stop making me depressed. Everybody, have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for being here, and may the Force be with you always.
Hey, even Wookiees need a little love. Have you ever heard a Wookiee's fantasy? You don't want to make her angry. Or do you? Call now at 1-900.
You beautiful, beautiful people. Whoever stuck through that absolutely disgusting advertisement there. Hold on 2 seconds. I gotta pull something up here. I'm going live right after this. Wait for it. I'm going live right on that link over there with Fear the Beardo, my good friend. We're going to talk a little bit about sports, American politics, America, la la la. Gotta go, blah, 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 blah. I put the link in the chat right there. Please do me a favor, hop over into my boy Star Wars Dogs chat and tell him, hello, what's up from the Hangar Bay? We love you. You don't have to stay if you don't like the conversation or whatever the case is, but just go and show that boy some love from the Hangar Gang, from the X-Force, from the Hangar Bay. Go show him some love. That's our boy. He's a big part of the community. Show him some love. I'll drop the link one more time. I'm about to be over there in like 2 seconds. I'll see you there. Much love to you, and good night.